take me back to 2017 Hayden Hawks.
Yeah. Red Hot was one of my first 50K races. It was a race that I targeted, when I started my career. It was local, like close enough, it's only short drive for us to get over to Moab. And yeah, I saw that like Rob Krar had done it in the past and Jim Walmsley. And I was like, hey man, I'm going to go like see how I stack up against some of these greats. And I always wanted to do Western States, of course. So I thought, hey, if I can go beat a Rob Krar course record at Red Hot and, best Jim's times there, then, I could potentially win Western States. And so, yeah, it was an awesome race. Had a great time out there. Ran a really fast time. Of course, broke the course record. And Rob Krar was kind of like, he was like the guy I looked up to and wanted to be like in the sport when I first started.
Nice.
And to be able to beat one of his times, it was like, wow, like maybe I am pretty good at this and maybe I can be like Rob and win Western States someday. And so, yeah, it definitely gave me a lot of confidence and helped me going forward, especially when I was a young athlete.
Yeah, the podium at that race has been a who's who. Everyone kind of went through there and went on, from Alex Nichols, Walmsley, Krar. It goes Anthony Costales. Everybody just kind of had gone through that race in that era. I love that you're from Utah. I'm from Utah. I'm wearing this old Utah shirt here. But man, okay, so coming out of Red Hot, then I felt like I would just see you everywhere around Utah. I ran into REI once, but I was too nervous to talk to you. I saw you at Zion. I ran Zion several times. You were at the aid station with Michael McKnight one year, just volunteering. Another time where you were crewing. Talk about your Utah roots. Like, the world needs to know about Utah if they don't already. There's so many great runners. Like, tell me about Utah and you and running in college. Just like, what does Utah mean to you?
Yeah, well, Utah is where I was born. It's where I was raised. I was raised in St. George, Utah, and Utah is home to me. That's where my family is. That's where my roots are. I love the mountains. I love the desert. Like Utah has so much to offer in that it has amazing desert. It has amazing mountains. You can have it both in one state. And it's got good people, just really good people, down to earth, country people. And honestly, that's how I was raised. I was raised amongst those people and those are my people. And so, yeah, I really push for Utah. It's a special place for me and it's a place that I will always call home. And I want to like grow the community there. I want people to be aware that Utah is a great place to live. And I'm always pro Utah, and it's really cool to see like guys like Caleb Olson, who he wasn't born and raised in Utah, but he's lived in Utah for a while.
Yeah, we claim him.
Bring the Western States Cougar back to Utah was pretty cool, and I'm really good friends with Anthony Costales and a bunch of the guys from Utah, and it's a special place for me.
All right, last one before I hand off to Brian is that I'll dig into Instagram. You had like 2,400 posts on there. I dug in as far back as I could and found like the oldest running photo of you that I could that you posted. And it's one that also is a nod to Wolfie because he's a mega fan too. But this photo is from 2016. Can you see that there?
Yeah.
You and Pre Fontaine. Wolfie in times past, he would always have a Pre behind him there. Tell me about that photo. You posting yourself next to Pre Fontaine. What does that say about you?
Yeah. So when I was in college, I had the mustache, I had the long hair. I kind of looked like Pre, and people would call me Pre. I'd always get that all the time. Hey, like, are you trying to be like Pre Fontaine? You look like Pre Fontaine. And honestly, I kind of took that mentality through college, through high school, and even into the beginning of my career was like, I'm going to be the guy with the most guts in this race. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to, just be gritty and see what I can do and push myself to my limits and, summon my inner Pre. And so, yeah, like Pre was definitely someone who I kind of looked up to, wanted to be like when I was younger. And it's kind of rolled over into the rest of my career.
I love it. Brian, take it away.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You teed me up nicely. So, you started off the Wayback Machine. Hayden, I got to start off in 2016. I would be remiss and kick myself if I didn't ask you. The North Face 50, Hawks vs. Miller. That piece of content lives in lore. It was certainly something that inspired me early on, and I still go back when I'm maybe feeling a bit flat in training and go watch that. What does that mean to you? I just want you to know how many of the mid-pack guys like me just get after it because of that piece of footage and just how you approach racing. And is it like Leonard Skinner? Is it like, do you think of it like Freebird? Are you tired of getting asked about it? Or is it something you just you appreciate that it's there in the vault on YouTube for you.
I actually posted a run on Strava last week called Freebird. That's what I named the run on Strava. And it was like one of my first workouts back after this big injury. And like, I felt great. And I was like, felt like I was back to myself again. And I was like, Freebird, this is Freebird, you know?
Oh, that's awesome.
But anyways, yeah, no, I'm really happy that that film inspired so many people, and like it's pretty awesome. It gets brought up all the time, and I'm grateful for Jamil for capturing that. You know, that was like just it showed the race. It showed the like what we go through, and it was such a cool experience. And honestly, it kind of helped make my career. So like I'm very grateful for that film,
Wow.
and then my win at CCC in 2017, of course. But yeah, it's just cool. It's cool that it inspires people, and I hope that people will go out there and push themselves and want to get the best out of themselves, just like me and Zach did on that day.
Yeah, man. Just a big thank you from all of us out there that are everyday runners for that. That was awesome. And yeah, I could definitely see that that was your Pre Fontaine era, because you were calling your shot and unapologetic about your racing style and everything else. And we just love to hear it, because the sport sometimes leans away from that. So yeah, keep being
Yeah,
you,
and I feel
man.
like as I've gotten older, maybe I've leaned away from that a little bit too, but
Uh,
I'm trying to bring that back, man.
Bring it back.
Like I think with injury and stuff, sometimes you lose confidence, but you got to realize where your roots are and who you are. And you got to kind of bring that back in. And I'm starting to feel that again. And I'm really excited to hopefully bring that into UTMB.
Yeah, man, love it. We'll always be big fans and supporting you. So, speaking of UTMB, curious question. So, Jim obviously, got the W, so first American male to win the race, but he did it by going over to live, amongst the French. And so I still think there's an asterisk there of like an American male solving the puzzle, living in the United States. So no shade on Jim, but like, what does the race mean to you? How are you approaching it? Do you see that as kind of still maybe a missing link of really putting together a victory for an American male as a true American on U.S. soil?
No, not really. I mean, like he did what he needed to do, and that's what works for him. For us, it's finding that balance between being home and being out here. And we come out here for 2 to 3 months every summer, and that seems to be enough for us. It's proven itself in the races that I've had out here. And yeah, of course, CCC is not UTMB, but I do believe that I can win UTMB in the same fashion. And that's what I'm going to focus on, is having that balance with my family and, and also just having fun, enjoying this whole process and being able to bring my kids out here, but also be able for them to be able to spend time with their cousins and grandparents and everything else. And that's what means the most to us. But yeah, I am targeting a win at UTMB, and I will continue to do that for the next years to come.
Love it, man. I would not be upset if you were the second male to fly the flag. So I know you're a big sportsman, like fans of American sports, and I don't know if you watch much or are aware of like the Ryder Cup in golf, but it's got this like rabid pride of country, and it's the US versus Europe, and it's fantastic. You want to keep the cup on the soil. Do you feel any of that, or do you sense that in our sport? Like at UTMB, do you see like, let's bring the W to the States, or at States, because it like, let's keep the Cougar on US soil? Could we do better to talk about that? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I do. I'm a big fan of golf, by the way. So
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
Nice.
yeah, I've been following the BMW Championship this weekend, and then the Ryder Cup coming up, and big Scotty Scheffler fan, to be honest with you. So
Love that
yeah,
guy.
I do feel that sense of pride, and like it's really cool to win in Europe, and like because Europeans are always like Americans can't win in Europe, they don't have what it takes, they can't run on technical trails, and it's like bull crap, guys, we can do that, like we've shown it. And like I try to like show that every time I'm out here, and I like winning in Europe. It's cool. But yeah, like keeping the Cougar out, in America from Western states is awesome. And honestly, the big one now is Hard Rock. Like the French have dominated us at Hard Rock for the last 5-7 years, whatever it is. So we need to get that one back too. But yeah, there is a sense of pride for sure. And I just want to like be the best representation of my country and show people that, yeah, like America is still pretty cool place, that you can train there, you can be a professional athlete there, and that there's good people from the States. I think our country might get a lot of flack sometimes, but it's like, no, like we're good people, you know, and we're hard workers, and we do what we need to do. And yeah, I don't know. It's definitely ingrained in me for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, you
Well,
nailed
Hayden,
it. I think some of our champions are some of the most humble champions in sports across the board. Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
well, I was just going to say thank you, man. I just appreciate you as an athlete. It's been a very entertaining. I don't know, 10 years now watching you on the stage and travel the world and get really great iconic wins all over the world. I love your heart as someone who pursues winning and champion and putting it out there and saying that you run to win. Like all that stuff is just more of that. I just want more of that in our sport. I think it's so cool. I love that you do it. I'll be at UTMB. I'll be another one of those moments like at REI and Sandy where you're not going to notice me like you did that day. It's fine. But I'll be there cheering you on.
Well, I'm not an intimidating guy, man. I'm a pretty nice guy.
I believe it. I'm pretty introverted in public. That's it.
Well, come and say hi, man.
All right, dude. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good day and a great race.
All right. Take care, guys. See ya.